Good morning. Welcome to video lectures organized by SSMRB College and ISR initiative. SSMRB College, one of the premier institutes run by the prestigious RV group of institutions, have come up with a unique initiative to engage the students at the time of these unforeseen medical emergency caused by corona outbreak. As a socially responsible institution, we would like to connect academically with the students to make good the losses caused. In this connection, I, Dr. Ambika, working for the Department of MCOM, has posted a video on the subject Advanced E-commerce and Mobile Commerce and the topic NTT, a Docomo model and different generation networks. Please watch the video till the end and like, share with your peer groups and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thank you. Now coming to NTT, a Docomo I model. NTT Docomo Incorporation is a predominant mobile phone operator in Japan. Docomo was spun off from Nippon Telegraph and Telephone, that is NTT. That is where it has got the name NTT in August 1991 to take over the mobile cellular operation. It provides 2G, PDC cellular services, 3G, CDMA, 4G LTE and 5G NR services. Its business also included PHS, paging and satellite services. Now coming to how exactly the collaboration has taken place, you have three entities working to make the collaboration happen. The first one would be the platform vendors. These vendors, they provide you the platform to communicate or mediate an operation. For instance, if you happen to press a key in your handset or a mobile, the platform vendor, it actually connects that hardware a component to the functionality that it has to perform. Now for instance, I try to dial a number, so whenever I press the particular hardware button, so it is going to connect to the actual functionality, rather it is going to invoke that function. Next one would be the handset vendors who actually design the hardware. That is the hardware I'll be holding. It can be a laptop or a mobile or a tablet. And the content providers, they place the text over the screen. That is how much text has to be placed, where exactly the text has to be placed, what are the different kinds of text boxes or buttons or the check boxes I'll be utilizing. So all these things are designed by the content providers. Now coming to the different kinds of services, you have a location based service. It is a general term denoting the software service which utilizes the geographic data and information to provide the services or the information to the users. This LBS service can be used in a variety of contexts such as health, indoor object search, entertainment, work, a personal life, etc. Next one would be a control plane locating. The mobile phone service provider gets the location based on the radio signal delay of the closest cell phone towers. So that is, now for instance, I send a request from my location. So the tower, it is going to analyze the data and it is going to send me the requested data. So this is what is known as the radio signal delay. In order to provide a successful LBS technology, the following factors must be met. The first thing would be coordinates accuracy requirements that are determined by the relevant service. The next one would be lowest possible cost. The third would be minimal impact on the network and the equipment. Next one would be self-reported positioning. The players were to given a map which they would pan around and subsequently mark their location upon. A low cost alternative to using the location technology is to track the player. A wireless personal area network, also known as WPAN, is a personal short distance area wireless network for interconnecting the devices centered around an individual's personal workspace. WPANs address the wireless networking and mobile computing devices such as PCs, PDAs, peripherals, cell phones, pagers, and customer electronics. They are also known as short wireless distance networks. Now coming to the topic, local area network, also known as LAN. A computer network that links the devices within a building or a group of adjacent buildings, especially one with a radius of less than 1 kilometer, it belongs to LAN category. It is a system that interconnects the computers within a limited area such as a residence, school, laboratory, university campus, or the office buildings. Now coming to the different generations of the cell phone technology, first would be 1G, that is the first generation technology. 1G is an analog technology and the phones generally have a poor battery life and voice quality, was large without much security and would sometimes experience dropped calls. These are analog telecommunication standards that were introduced in 1980s and continued until being replaced by 2G digital telecommunication. The maximum speed of 1G is 2.4 kilobytes per second. Now coming to the second generation cell phone technology, the main difference between the two mobile telephone systems, that is between 1G and 2G, is that the radio signals used by a 1G network are analog while the 2G network are digital. Fundamental services like SMS, internal roaming, conference calls, a call hold and billing based on the services. Example, the charges based on the long distance calls and real time billing are made available. The maximum speed of 2G with the general packet radio service, also known as GPRS, is 50 kilobytes per second or 1 megabytes per second, with enhanced data rates for GSM evolution, or also known as EDGE. The 3G or the third generation cell phones standard utilizes a new technology called UMTS as its core network architecture. What exactly is a UMTS stand for? It is Universal Mobile Telecommunication System. This network, it combines the aspects of 2G network with some new technology and protocols to deliver a significantly faster rate data. The speed should be at least 200 kilobytes per second to call it as a 3G service. The fourth generation or the 4G cellular technology purpose is to provide high speed, high quality and high capacity to the users while improving the security and lower the cost over the voice and data services, multimedia and internet over IP. The potential and the current applications include amended mobile web access, IP telephony, gaming services, high definition mobile TV, video conferencing, 3D television and cloud computing. The key technologies that have made this possible are MIMO, that is multiple input, multiple output, and OFDM, that is orthogonal frequency division multiplexing. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.